Welcome everybody to another episode of Forgotten Coast Fishing. My name's David and I fish inshore and offshore, showing you what I do to find and catch fish. If that sounds appealing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss my future videos. So as you can probably tell, we got a rough morning. It's the 1st of April here in the Panhandle of Florida, and it pretty much feels like February. We've got a strong northwesterly wind coming in, creating white caps on our water here. Our water temperature is 64 degrees and our air temperature was 48 degrees when I got in the truck this morning. So our spring pattern is really being delayed by these weekly cold fronts. But that's okay, we're out here and we're gonna accept that challenge. So I've got us set up on this drift. We're gonna be coming over some grass flats here in a few minutes. And I'm gonna start out with this voodoo shrimp, just fishing on the bottom. So I'm gonna be targeting trout right now. I'm in a little bit deeper water. We may pick up a redfish if we're lucky as we get closer to the shore. So what I'm gonna do with this voodoo shrimp, I'm just gonna let it hop along the bottom. I'm just gonna kind of reel up the slack and then just kind of pop it up. And that's just gonna cause that shrimp to just pop up off the bottom, fall back down as we pull it slowly to the boat. Oh man, right here at the boat. Jeez, I don't know what this is. Oh, if I got a flounder? All right, man, we got a flounder. I was just about to reel this in, man, just to cast it again, and we get us a little flounder. Man, he may just be a keeper. All right. I was kind of had it in the back of my mind, maybe we'll get a flounder in all this sand that you can see. And wow, that was just something else. He was no more than 2 or 3 feet from the boat and just kind of grabbed it. Check this flounder out, everybody. Now they have to be 14 inches in my part of Florida, and this guy's right at 15. So we're gonna put him in the box. These make some excellent dinner. You can actually get 4 fillets out of this thing, and I'll show you how I clean it when we get home. But you can make a slit right there and cut a fillet here, and same thing on the underside. And what these guys do, you can see by the patterns of their body and kind of what our ground looks like out there, they can camouflage themselves down in that sand and grass and just kind of pop up and grab things as they float by, just like my lure. So this is an excellent eating fish. Super excited to get him. Well, maybe we'll get another one, but let's put him in the box. All right, well, let me show you what I used to catch that flounder. This is a Z-Man Scented Paddler Z in the Slam Shady color. And this is a Z-Man Texas Eye weedless jig. So I was just bouncing this along the bottom, you know, kind of slowly since it's so cold. And that flounder just saw it and grabbed it. Oh man, I got him again. Got him again. All right, yeah, we got him again. Another flounder. Man, another flounder. This was like my second cast after getting that other one. I think he may be even nicer. Oh man, check him out. Look at this, another flounder. All right, yes, and he is a nicer one. Just literally, this was 2 casts after that other one. All right. Yeah, he was a little bit bigger. He was at 16, but I'm gonna go ahead and get him in the box, get that lure back out there. Oh, got him again. Got him again. Got him again. All right. Man, I don't know that he's any bigger than the others, but man, definitely another flounder. You can tell they don't really kind of snatch it and run like a trout or a redfish. Sometimes you just feel like you've got, oh, he got off. Oh man, that's a bummer. I don't think he was as big as the others, but you sometimes don't feel like you even have them. You feel like you've got the bottom, but it's just kind of a steady, constant pull more than like, you know, running with it. But anywhere we're getting into this grass mixed in with this sand, it's kind of where we're getting them. And just like I was saying, their patterns on their back can match that sand and grass sort of mixture. And they'll find that, wait for something to come by and just pop up and snatch it. After catching those flounders, I've moved a little bit. It's like night and day from this morning. Look at this, very little wind, and actually the wind has changed directions. The good thing about this afternoon, this sun's supposed to stay out, supposed to warm up a little bit, and we've got a rising tide. So I've positioned myself more on some open water grass flats So we're gonna be drifting this way, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch to this popping cork with this DOA shrimp underneath and see if we can't maybe pull up a trout. All right, I'm starting to see some sand spots coming up, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to this Z-Man Paddler Z Slam Shady color, just in case there's some flounder up here. Oh, got him again. Got him. Out here in the sand. All right, another flounder. Oh, we got off. Man, that's okay. I think he was a little on the small side. I caught him right where this grass meets this sand. You can see it goes this whole line right here. And I was kind of working it, you know, as I was approaching it on this drift, and finally grabbed one, but I kind of saw him. He looked like maybe he was only about 12 inches or so. Oh, here he is. All right. Oh, this might be a good one. Might be a good one. Kind of more of a snatch with this one. Yep, let's see if he's a little bit bigger. Yep. No, maybe not. Oh man, what have we got here? What have we got here? Man, this is a crazy fish. Look at his fins. Ow. I'm gonna take it easy with this dude. Look at this. Look at those crazy fins sticking out. Man. And they've got some spikes on the top of them. You've got to be careful for. Look at that. Look at that right there. Man, on top of his head. But look at those fins that stick out. That would be a telltale sign of what this is. I'll look it up when I get home too, but man, just a crazy looking fish. Well, let's get him back. Here he is. Oh, yep, here he is. Oh, got him. Oh man, he got off. I don't think he grabbed the hook. But there again, he was right along this grass sand spot area. Oh, all right, we got him. This may be, oh man, what have we, oh, we got a trout? What have we got? Yeah, we got a little trout. Man, I was wondering if we were gonna get any trout. You know, getting all these flounder, this lure is obviously gonna, oh, there's a bigger one with it. Oh, we got a bluefish? No, what have we got? Yeah, we got a trout. Yeah, I was wondering if we were gonna get any trout. I was surprised that we hadn't got any all day. I don't think this guy's gonna be a keeper, but you know, this paddle tails, it's gonna grab anything down there, not just the flounder, obviously. But look at this little trout. I'm not even gonna measure him. He's probably 13 inches or so, but let's get him back. He'd have to be 15 to keep. There you go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head on in. It's high tide, plus it's starting to get a little windy. I want to get some time to clean those flounder, and we'll see you at the cleaning table. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get these flounder clean. I'm gonna be using my 7-inch flex sword knife. So our first step, and kind of the overall way we're gonna do this flounder, is we're gonna make a cut down the middle and actually fillet it from the middle out. That's gonna be really the best way to do these flounder, and you're gonna do it on this side as well as the bottom side, so you're gonna wind up with 4 fillets. So our first step is just like when cleaning most fish, go ahead and make a cut behind the head, down to the belly. Now, if you look real closely, you can see this lateral line. It kind of goes at a little turn. That's where the backbone is. So kind of follow that line and just make a slit down to the backbone, all the way to the tail. Then try to get your knife right on top of that backbone and kind of roll it over so that you're going to just begin to take this flesh off these bones. Once you can get your finger in there, you can help to pull the meat away from the bones as you're cutting. And once you start to get close to the edge of the fish, you're going to start to see kind of the cartilage that connects this meat to the fins. Once you get almost there, I like to go ahead and cut off the tail. And there you can see this cartilage right here. So what I do is I take that part off and leave it on the fish. So you can kind of see this already groove right here. Just follow that all the way down to the tail. And you'll go ahead and get that fillet off the fish. Then you're just gonna fillet it just like you do any fish. Get it close to the edge of the board. Get your knife started. And just slowly let your knife do the work for you till you get that flesh all the way off. Now you shouldn't have any bones, but just go ahead and feel if there's any, and that one feels pretty good. So now we're gonna do the same thing to this other side. So as you can see, you've got your backbone right here, and see how it kind of curves on you. It doesn't go straight along the fish, but if you follow that lateral line, it follows that backbone. So that's kind of your guide. So now we're just gonna work this fillet off the same way we did the other one. That's why these flex knives are so good. You can kind of rest that knife on top of these bones, and that knife will flex just a little bit to kind of follow the contour of those bones, and you really won't miss any meat. So once you get close to the end, go ahead and cut that tail off. That way you just have a little more flexibility in moving that fillet just a little further to get it all the way off. All right, and there again, once you get to this point, you'll see this cartilage, and it has just kind of that connective tissue that connects all the way to this dorsal fin that runs the length of the fish. So just kind of follow that and cut that off, and that'll remove your fillet from the rest of the fish. All right, so let's get this skin off this fillet. Start at the tail, get your fillet close to the edge of the board, and you can pull it off just like that. Very effective way to get this meat off this fish without any bones. All right, so now let's flip it over, and we're gonna do the same thing to this side. All right, well, there you go. We have 8 lovely flounder fillets. Now we're gonna be cooking these up. We're gonna make some baked flounder stuffed with spinach, and we'll see you in the kitchen. All right, I've got another simple but tasty recipe for you with minimal ingredients and minimal cleanup. This is baked flounder with cheesy cream spinach, and it's just basically a 2-step process. We're going to mix our stuffing in this bowl, and then we're going to take our flounder fillets over here, put them on our sheet tray, and then put a little bit of that stuffing and just roll them up and bake them in the oven for 20 minutes. And I've done a couple steps already. In this bowl, I've put 3 ounces of cream cheese and about a cup of grated cheese. And there's all kind of cheese you could use. You could use a combination of mozzarella, parmesan, feta, asiago, whatever type of cheese you want. And at the grocery store today, I found this cheese to even make it more simple. This is already a combination of different kind of cheeses, I guess as if you're making lasagna, but it's got a blend of mozzarella, provolone, asiago, parmesan, Romano, and fontina cheese, all mixed in one. So that's going to be what we're using today. So I've already got those 2 cheeses in there, and to that, I'm going to add maybe about a clove or 2 of garlic, and then about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then about 4 ounces of this baby spinach. This is an 8-ounce bag, so I'm going to use half of that. And this is where you got to get dirty. Just kind of get in there and work all of those ingredients together. Now that cream cheese is what's going to kind of start to bind things. And it's going to take a few minutes, so just kind of keep working at it until you kind of get kind of a paste sort of consistency. All right, so I got this mixed up, and it kind of turns into like a dough ball, you know, that same kind of consistency as dough. All right, so our next step is we're going to season these flounder fillets with this Old Bay seasoning. And if you look real closely at this flounder, there's basically 2 sides to your flounder. You have your serving side, which would be this side, And this is the underside. You see it kind of has that fibrous type tissue. I have all the fillets with the serving side down. All right, so we're just gonna coat all these fillets with this Old Bay. And then our next step is we're gonna coat one side in the breadcrumbs and then get it on the sheet tray and then stuff it with our spinach stuffing. So we're gonna have, this is our serving side down without the seasoning, and so we're going to get that in our breadcrumbs, get a decent coating on that, then grab our stuffing here, and this is not going to take too much, just depending on the size of the fillets, obviously. That should be plenty for that one. And then what I do is you have the tail end, and then this is obviously the middle of the fish. So if you kind of go in between those 2 points, the tail and the middle, then you can kind of roll it up. And when you roll it up, you're going to have a little bit of that breadcrumbs on the top. All right, and so we're just going to repeat with all of these. All right, so we've got all those prepared. And so our last step is we've got this is about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And I'm going to put a little more of our Old Bay right into this butter. Another teaspoon or so, maybe not even that much. And what we're going to do is we're going to coat the top of this just a little bit, just to give that a little flavor, and that'll also help those breadcrumbs brown up very nicely. All right, and there you go. And this is just going to go in this oven preheated to 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. All right, so it's been about 23 minutes, and what I was really looking for is kind of once that stuffing kind of starts to get real creamy. You don't want to cook it too long. Obviously, you don't want to overcook the fish, but also if you cook it too long, you know, that creaminess and that cheese is just going to kind of spread all out and you're going to lose your stuffing. This is our baked flounder with cheesy cream spinach. Now you could make this with any type of fish. We've made it with trout before. Any kind of fish that's kind of a white flaky fish is going to work well with this. And I'll leave this down in the description so you can make this for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss my future videos. So until next time, hope to see you on another episode of Forgotten Coast Fishing.